Hello everyone, and welcome back to another Hearthstone deck spotlight. We are bombs deep on Boomsday with all these new decks, and today we're going to be taking a look at Jeleniowaty's. They've put a list up for a budget Mech Hunter, but we're going to be taking a look at the full version of the Mech Hunter today. This is the budget list. If you are looking for a sweet Hunter budget list that's got some really powerful cards, like lesser Emerald Spellstone, and has a pretty good upgrade path to like a mid-range Hunter list. This is definitely one to take a look at. I'll chuck a link in the description for everyone. But this is not the deck we'll be taking a look at today. Instead, this is the full Mech Hunter version that Jeleniowatyy posted up. And there's some really interesting cards in here, and there's also some interesting omissions, we'll call it. How's it going, Pack Cracker? Hey, Rod. We're going pretty good. We're just taking a look at Jeleniowaty's Mech Hunter. So at the 1-drop slot, we've got a whole assortment of mechs here. We've got the Mecharoo and the Faithful Lumi as the two most common mech 1-drops played. We've also got Goblin Bomb here, and I'm really curious to see how this one goes. I think having this kind of body that your opponent generally doesn't want to trade into, they generally don't want to kill it, having it out and about so that we can magnetize onto might actually be a really good thing. If we do magnetize onto it, we do retain this death rattle as well, which is great for our fireworks tech. I think this is one of the kind of build around me cards that's come out of Boomsday. 2 mana, 2/1 Battlecry, give a friendly mech +1/+1, and if it has a death rattle, trigger it. So with our Mecharoo, that's great. We get a 2/2 Mecharoo, and we get vomit out a little 1/1. Turns a Goblin Bomb into a 1/3, and also deals 2 damage to them. So some interesting options there. Bomb Toss, great early removal spell, great at hitting things like Light Warden or Flame Imp, which we do expect to see a lot of. Direwolf Alpha. I think this is a good inclusion here, especially with the kind of low toughness, like with a bunch of 1-drops that we want to trade off or that don't have any attack. Direwolf Alpha is pretty good. Loot Hoarder, I think, is kind of sticks out like a bit of a sore thumb. I'm not too sure what it's doing here. Like, we have a lot of 2-drops that we want to play, that we want to try and pressure our opponent with, and I don't necessarily think we need the draw. You know, Jelenio's even included 2 trackings in here, so if the whole idea of these trackings is to try and find this Rexar for the late game, then do we really need the Loot Hoarders for the extra draw? Especially since they haven't included the upgradable Framebot in here, and this is a fantastic curve into your the 3-drop magnetic cards in Bronze Gatekeeper and Spider Bomb. So this is a really I think this is one change that I'd like to see, is cutting these Loot Hoarders for these upgradable frame bots. What else have we got? We've got the Venomizer, another great magnetic minion, great curve off these 1-drop mechs. Whirler Glider, it's another one that I'm a little bit suspect on. Mostly because we don't have too many ways of capitalizing on a really wide board outside of Direwolf Alpha. And as we mentioned before, you know, there are some really good 2-drops that aren't in the deck already, so it's we could even be cutting them for more like 3-drops, like these Kaboom bots and stuff like that. Anyway, speaking of 3-drops, we've got Bronze Gatekeeper, one of the best magnetic cards, best neutral magnetic cards. It's a 3 mana 1/5 with Taunt, so we can slam this onto one of our 2-drop mechs or even one of our 1-drops, make it a lot more serviceable, a lot more resilient. Spider Bomb, this is kind of highlighted as one of the more powerful cards in the set, or more powerful Hunter cards rather, and combines great with Fireworks tech as a 3 mana play. You know, you can play this on its own and Fireworks tech it, destroy one of their minions, or we can you know, magnetize this onto a random bomb, play the Fireworks tech, get both death rattles. It's pretty sick. The one Void Ripper here, I imagine this is an out to druids and out to those big taunts, and in a pinch does murder all of our Goblin Bombs, so could be a bit of a finishing move for our if our opponent's quite low. Explodinator, this card I do really like, even though, as we said before, we don't have a lot of ways to capitalize on that wide board. I think Explodinator is just a very reasonable value for what you get. Onto the 5-drops, we've got the 1 Wargear, 1 Ziliax. I'm really interested to know why there's only 1 Wargear in here, because this is one of the better cards, I think. One of the better mechs, one of the better magnetic minions, one of your better 5 mana plays. And Ziliax is great too, but you know, I think considering how many 2-drops there are, you know, we really want to get some more high power in here. We don't want to have to be tracking for, you know, these cards when we can just include more of them and not necessarily affect the curve too poorly. But Wargear is great, Ziliax is great. We're probably going to be putting these on a bunch of bombs. And right at the end, Deathstalker XR is our late game out. We're going to start try and turn the corner in that late game by using those zombies. But yeah, interesting to see. Obviously, there's a lot of kind of suspect cards here, but what we want to happen is we want to be proven wrong. We want this deck to be amazing because we learn when we're proven wrong. Anyway, we'll jump into some games and see how we go.
Versus Valera.
Okay, against the Rogue.
Tremble before the might of the elves.
Are we keeping these spider bombs? I guess without a guaranteed, like, magnetized target, we'd rather find, like, the good 1-drops and a good 2-drop. Let's just hope our opponent gives us something to kill.
Will survive.
Yeah, they probably will. Them being odd means that we can magnetize things, but they may have Vile Spine for us. It's the most dangerous card. If our opponent wants to dagger up and waste a charge on a Goblin Bomb, we're okay with that. Kill.
Access denied.
Access denied. What card back is this? Are you serious? Oh my gosh. Our opponent is fully unhinged. That was that was wild. What if our opponent's hand's just mono 5-drops there?
Ha, this guy's toast.
Yeah, maybe it is, because they didn't play this last time. They had the extra mana, so they could be have a bunch of like combo cards.
What to do? Acquiring system. Look out below!
More bombs, more bombs, more bombs. Throw more dots, more dots. Ooh, fan. Not seen fan in a while. Oh, we'll play some 1-drops. Yes. Play some 1-drops instead of daggering up. Or also dagger up and play 1-drops. Alright, now the question becomes, can we beat our opponent with the rest of our deck and our hero power versus their essentially all of their late game. Ooh. Ooh, okay. If they have a Vile Spine, we are in a pit. Yeah. Okay, that's pretty sick. Because we can silence one and hit the other.
Job's done.
So that was a really good rip off the Rexar. The alternative was we could have taken the boar and attacked in, and then still played our. Oh. Okay. This is an interesting addition to Odd Rogue. Decided I could probably tune in rather than spectating game. No worries. Good to see you, dude. Have you been?
Access denied.
Alright, let's see that Vile Spine. Oh, even worse. Yeah, this is kind of what we were talking about, where our opponent has is kind of on mono power cards. And we are in a bit of a pit. I guess this is a mech. So if they can kill this with the Divine Shield minions, will they just have deadly? Deadly? Deadly, deadly. Is this lethal? Very close. It's pretty smart. Because now we can't, we need to be able to hit these whilst the Divine Shield isn't on. Yes. Now, do we play another one? Five, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 16. Yeah, even if we flippy rippy, don't think we're doing anything. So, well played to our opponent.
Thank you.
What is this? No way. Yeah, these are Noyatrons. Really good.
I will silence
Really good.
their screams.
We even got pretty good variants on our hero power as well to deal with the fledglings early on. But you can kind of see there's something going on there. There's something. We'll be back with another.
Versus Jaina.
All right. Against the mage.
For the might of the elves.
So, especially against a 1 damage hero power, I don't want to keep this Faithful Lumi. War Gear, hopefully we can draw it into it later. I think we'll just keep this Loot Hoarder just to have a 2-drop play. We don't want to mulligan into all 3 drops on all. Okay. Question here then becomes, do we lead out with the Loot Hoarder on 2 or the Alpha? It does depend on what our opponent's on. I guess these days I've been assuming most mages are on some kind of big spell stuff. But as we saw before when we were playing the APX Void list, aggro mage is really good right now. What do we got here?
Let the pain speak to me.
Heckle out of pain. Guess we can flip that so that they only draw 1.
Reality breaks. Job done.
Where are we putting this Explodinator? On this side. Polymorph! Okay, well, we'll note that we should not try and magnetize anything too hard. Too hard. Interesting play.
You win.
Hooray! I think if this game was to go any further, we'd probably be hero powering Loot Hoardering this turn. And probably just going face with everything. Especially if they drew the 1 polymorph out of the deck, if they're on Big Spell Mage. If they do Dragon's Fury next turn, they're pretty likely to kill that Water Elemental. Maybe we would have attacked one of the bombs into it to just put 1 damage on it. So if they flip the other Dragon's Fury to the first one, it still dies. I think we were in an okay position in that game. Our opponent would have been pretty low. I think it would have come down to them trying to find an Arcane Artificer and cast a big old spell. But yeah, we're back with another.
Versus Mech.
Okay, Warlock.
Tremble before the
It's all
might
about the
of
aggressive
elves.
decks. Yeah, I think if you were more interested in climbing ladder right now than you were about like having fun or enjoying yourself or whatever, I think playing a very fun police style deck, playing a bunch of silencers, is where it's at. Especially because so many of the people are trying to do like this Goober could be trying to do Mechathune garbage. So if we play an aggressive deck that's trying to kill our opponent before turn, 20. Set up that defile for him. But yeah, when we played the budget aggro paladin list, that seemed real fun. That was a really, I don't know, Glowtron is a real fun card. Ooh. Soulfire. Oh, discards the Keleseth.
A mistake.
Give our opponent the rub-ins. Take
Your
that.
magic shall not save.
Oh, jeez. No one wants to have fun.
Access denied.
You only got murdered by a quest priest who just, like, over the course of the game played a billion bombs. And it was, was it splash? Well, I guess we have to take Rexar here. Would have been great to be able to take that fireworks tech. So we could, like, magnetize and then fireworks tech, murder a thing. But I think if we don't have this Rexar, we just have no hope of winning over the next couple of turns. With only one gear, one war gear, one Ziliax, and I guess the Explodinators to draw as our kind of like higher impact cards in 18.
Stop copying me!
Oh,
Stop copying
tutus.
me! Stop copying
Oh,
me!
more tutus.
Stop copying me!
You know who Rexar? You know who Rexar loves to meet? A bunch of tutus in the night. Down. There were 4 imps there. Each imp is screaming for its life. So it sounds a bit like the yacht is me. What's Stefan actually? Yeah, big old Bloaterino. Speaking of things that love tutus.
Mushroom power!
That's 13 damage, friend. Probably gonna Void Ripper them this turn. Cool. It's like the same thing as happened last time. So which one do we want to silence? We want to silence this one and attack the other one. Very good Rexars today. He's been very nice to us.
In the light's name.
Who dares summon me?
The old Doomguard discarding Doomguard. The Caliset's gone. Doomguard's gone. Just got a little bit further to go. Keep seeing those nightmare amalgams. All I want to do is take one and then hope to get a sick death rattle off the second discover, so we can fireworks take it. Ooh, that's a good one. They're both fungal mancers down, so hopefully they don't have any scale banes here.
Name.
Life breaker. Happy Jahul.
Someone
And the Voodoo Doctor. These are becoming a bit of a problem. Let's hope we can rip a Ziliax. That'll be pretty good.
Me take work. It's playtime.
Another Explodinator. Oh yeah, this is a beast. We don't have any secrets though, so... Ew. Are we a bit dead? 3, 4, 9, 14, 17, 21. We're not immediately dead. We're dead to like any healing our opponent can possibly have.
Ooh, I wonder what this does.
In fact, yeah, no. Trading? Now they could like attack both of these into here, and then these would start profiting on damage. So we'd be at 30, but these would be at 11 each. So here's for 22. Ah, they have the extra. So we were dead anyway. I don't know why they were messing around with attacking our things. Or did they not have space on the board? GG. So once again, we did have to lean really heavily on Rexa. But we'll go back, we'll take a look at the deck. Like I said, there were a couple of... oh, this is a budget list. There are a couple of interesting omissions from things. And I think we just need more late game power. Well, not late game power, we need more mid game power there. Even maybe to the point of like... cutting these goblin bombs just because they are pretty low power. Another card that I would like to see is this Cybertech chip, especially if we're really dedicated to playing these Whirler Gliders and these Explodinators. The Cybertech chip's not that bad, you know, especially if we're adding 3 or 4. If we're getting 3 or 4 mechs out of the deal, it might actually help us transition to the late game a lot more. But the cards that I don't like were the Goblin Bombs, the Loot Hoarders, one of these trackings, and I think everything else was okay. We definitely want to get the other War Gear. That's the War Gear that Waluigi uses. Definitely want to get this other War Gear in here. And I think there's a couple of other interesting options, like the Kaboom bot. I think this is a really interesting one to combine with the Fireworks tech. Maybe helps you get some helps you stay on board. We're gonna get this upgradable frame bot in here, of course. Great card to magnetize onto, and maybe even the as people are saying, the new legendary. I don't think I have him. Flark. This card could be interesting, especially with the Cybertech chip. Or like maybe we can convert the deck to be a bit more wide. Go wide, go hard. Other than that, I think this is where I'd kind of start moving things towards. Maybe find another 1-drop as well. Whether it just be like, you know, a Jeweled Macaw or a Diamol, something like that. Maybe Fireflies. Fireflies still good, guys. Come on, it's still really good. But yeah, maybe something a bit more like this. maybe with another late game card in there or something like that. But definitely more of these war gears, more of these big magnetic things. I mean, we played a bunch of games and didn't see them any time. I don't think we saw them in any of the games. So, and they're the cards that we really want to see. But other than that, fantastic deck. I love the experimentation that's going into things, trying to figure things out, trying a lot of smaller things. And yeah, big ups to Jeleniowatyy. If you are watching this video on YouTube, link to all their stuff is down below, their channel. Go check it out. They do a lot of fantastic budget decks, as we saw before. They've got the budget version of this deck going on. Also down below will be all of my social links. If you want to catch me, the best place to do that is on Twitter at Tommy_Wave. And if you haven't subscribed on YouTube yet, head over if you're not there. Or if you are there, subscribe now. Because once we hit 500, we will be doing a very extra special Vaporwave themed stream, which I'm looking forward to quite a lot. So until next time, please stay wavy and have a good one.